What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is April 7, 2024. It is Sunday, 8:20 a.m. Hey, what's up, guys? Here to make another video for you. And changes just keep going with the business. Well, speaking from California, I can only talk about California, right? But I don't think it's that much different in other states. I think that California is just more, everything just like quicker with the times, like more advanced when it comes to like changes happening, because of laws are always changing here, and it's always changing for the worse, in my opinion. But they're always changing and quicker, and so that means you gotta adjust quicker. If not, then you're just gonna be not being as profitable as if you were to adjust earlier. Earlier this year, I made a video of the Mamba mentality, episode 5, talking about we gotta raise prices. And I did it very early, just I posted it kind of late, but in there it explains why you should 2024. And yes, so that is a very important piece to the puzzle, and this video right here is another very important piece to the puzzle to be having future success in your business, because starting 2024, it's like a switch. It was just turned on, and changes were made whether you know it or not. And most shops, most people don't even feel it yet. And maybe yes, but if you're just a person just like pretty stuck in your old ways, you probably don't feel it yet. If you're a guy who likes to stretch a little bit and tries to kind of grab as much as you can, then you probably maybe felt it. What I'm talking about is that everything has been more expensive, and so let's just say we have our own expenses, right? The trash, the price of the tires, and our people. And yeah, if you adjust it early, then you're good when it comes to income. But if I guess what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about exactly about video number 5, Mamba mentality series again. I'm talking about the people, the customers are the ones that really dictate like everything, and it goes off a lot of the laws, and which means that right now they have less buying power. Now they're paying more for everything now. Like, you know, the hamburgers and all that went up in price, right? Like, if you know what's going on in Cali, we have these laws where it went $20 an hour, and for minimum wage when it comes to the workers that work in there, right? That affects a lot, because right here, I mean, everybody buys freaking fast food. Everybody. And that's why there's so much business and like the chains. That's why there's so much chains around here. Because there is so much demand. Now, some people are just not gonna eat as much fast food anymore. Some people are just gonna keep doing what they're doing and just have less money and less money, right? Because it's just more expensive. Because their wages didn't go up. Remember, it's only the fast food people that wages went up. And that means there's less money in the pocket, which means there's less money, in our case, for tires, right? So, of course, the used tires are going to be selling more than the new, little by little. And this is like a boat. It just takes a long time. It takes like years of change. It's happening now, but it's like little by little, month after month, you see less people going to be buying new ones and more people going to be buying used ones. And so we're in a good position when it comes to, like, you know, guys like me that sell used tires a lot. If you're one of them, you're in a good position too, because sales is just gonna continue. But when it comes to the new ones, you know, it's gonna take a toll on the sales. And this, which brings me to this video about how to play defense in the tire shop business. And defense wins championships, right? Because, you know, when we open up a business, we want to win for us and our family, right? So we don't open up a business just because we want to, like, be mediocre forever, right? I mean, yeah, mediocre is much better than being an employee, in my opinion, because we can go out and do whatever we want. You know, no one's going to tell us what to do. And everything we do, we own it, right? But reality, that's not the point. That's not the reason we do it. The reason is, like, okay, we think, like, okay, we're going to make more money. And at the same time, everything I just said right now. We own our time, we own our business. And that's what we play to shoot for, right? And it doesn't mean just because, like, I'm talking about win the championship. Only like one shop's gonna win the championship here. One shop's gonna win the championship over there. Everybody can win the championship. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like NBA where only one team wins for the year, for the league. It's everybody that does their own business the right way can win in their own way. And so you do that by multiple ways. And so number one thing, in my opinion, own as much of your own inventory as possible. Paid off. Like, and it should have been a long time ago. I put videos about it, and but anyways, the point is, you know, pay off as much as inventory, grab as much inventory as you can, and it doesn't mean overstretch yourself nowadays. It's different now. Like, it means, like, you have a budget for your business when it comes to inventory. And use it wisely now. It ain't like you can just, like, throw a net all over the freaking, you know, where you're fishing and try to grab something like that. It means now, like, you have a fishing pole, and now you're gonna be shooting that fishing pole where you have the highest chance of catching a fish in that area because the fish are there, and you have the best. You have the best bait. So you have the best bait, the thinnest line, and you're throwing it exactly where the fish is at, in hopes to catch one. Well, you will catch one if you do it the right way, right? So that's more like precision, right? Like you got to make sure that from here on, if you're not already doing it, if you haven't been doing it, pay it off as much as possible. Pay off your wholesalers, the new tire wholesalers. If you haven't been doing that, I mean, me, for years, the way I do it is every week I pay it off. I just don't want that thing to get up. I know how hard it can be to get out of debt, so I pay it off. So every week it's like paid off. If I don't pay it off in 1 week, or I pay it off the next week, right? The next week's gonna be paid off. Paid off. So now I'm like back to zero. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm broke again. But I'm only broke for like a day because the next day I got a lot of good sales, right? If it gets to that point, mostly it doesn't, right? But I'd rather be in that position than have like a big old balance. So number one is if you owe a balance to your new tire wholesalers, pay it off as much as possible. Number two, if you owe taxes, pay that off as soon as possible. All this stuff, it can eat you up bad. It can destroy your business. If like two or three things of those get on you, then you be like, man, you're done, right? So I never own any taxes. I forget that. I don't fuck with that. So, but if you do, pay that off, right? Yeah. So number three, small ones. Smaller goals should be like if you don't have a lot of expenses. I'm sorry. If you don't have a lot of supplies, then buy supplies as much as you can with your profits. I bought a whole bunch of wheel weights last week, was it? That could carry me for like a year and or more, I think. But let's call it a year. So now I don't gotta make money to buy wheel weights, right? I bought a whole bunch of patches, so now I can last a year without buying patches. I bought a whole bunch of valve stems, so I can last a whole year without buying any valve stems. So I eliminated expenses in that way, right? I mean, I've had done that already, like the other stuff, and the wheel weights I've had bought a whole bunch, like about a year and a half ago, and they were kind of running out. I had like, I don't know, like 4 or 6 boxes left, and I did it all over again. And by the way, I do that with like buying bulk, especially when a deal comes out. I'll do it like, hey, I'll give you a good deal. Like I hear good deals like $15 a box, $60 a box, right? That's like a good deal compared to anywhere else. And especially buying bulk, and especially if you had like a good sales day, like I did that one day. I purchased, and then I bought everything they had, and then I even gave him more money to my guy. So whenever they come in again, he's gonna bring me my boxes, right? So, anyways, they're all paid for, and so that's like smaller goals, right? When it comes to like when it comes to those supplies. And yeah, and so like I've been working on, just as I'm walking by right here, I've been working on this piece right here for a while. When it comes to air compressors, number one thing you don't want to do is run out of air So I make sure I had, you know, a lot of air, and it's been working out very good. It does hold up. We have more tanks now. You have more air pressure, which means if you can have a whole bunch of work in the front, you can keep going and going and going, and you are good for the amount of work that you have. And another one was I bought a brand new compressor and paid it off cash right away. Even I'm like, oh man, I'm broke now, but paid it off cash, and then had my guy come in and install the electrical panels on that, and that was like $1,700. Paid him off that, and then have it done, and now we are good with that. I'm just gonna do a little extra work on that. On this, I want to have an extra line just in case the line busts. So I want to have a second line to go on just like on this compressor now. And so just make sure nothing happens in the future, right? And with that, there goes more investment on something that I have that's paid off, that I don't gotta worry about that no more either. Even though I've never really had issues with compressors, only when like the whole city goes out, right? The whole power of the city goes out, and then I have to you know, just wait like an hour, and then the city will turn the light back on. But that's rare. It doesn't really happen. So yeah, you got me there. No electrical, no air. So you know, only whatever's left in the tank, right? One time, yeah, we got cut off in the middle of the day, and we had enough, you know, had the tank, so we had a good amount of air. But we finished up like this job we had. Barely finished. When we finished, we just ran out of air. Like right at the end, you had enough power to air up the tires, and then we balanced them, and then we put them on by hand. So that was a close call. But playing defense in the business, playing defense is an entire shop game. If you have collected, you know, certain things, I mean, whatever it is, if you have collected certain, let's say tires that you kind of like took a risk on, right? So if you have, let's say all-terrain tires that you just you know, bought and you put on the side, and let's just say you buy them recently, right? Like if you don't really sell all-terrain tires, mud-terrain tires, and you bought them on the side, you just left them on the racks to sell them, but you know they don't really sell much. You just have them there, maybe you sell once a year. Then, you know, just this is just what I would do, right? When it comes to taking those kind of risks, you don't want to take those kind of risks anymore. From here on, in my opinion. Yeah, it's gonna be summer, it's gonna be good, but more of the chances is they're gonna be looking for used. They're gonna try to just buy like one used or one new, and they're not gonna buy the set, and so they're just gonna just like sit there. So what I would do is just send them back. I would just send them back to my wholesaler, and then just get credit for it. And then you know, you're ordering tires every day, so you just like switch on to the get something else with that money. If you bought certain things recently, because you can only do that with recent tires. So return new tires is a good option to play good defense. My game has always been pretty sharp, so I've always done that. I've always been like up to good, like, you know what I mean, like up to like I'm up on my game, that were like, if I have like two tires that I'll like right away, I'll like return them, right? And even though like I can afford to just let them sit there, like it's just like that, but I right away, like, oh, like customer only wanted two, they took two, left two, right away I would write them up and return them, and another two, always like that. Like people always order tires and they don't want them right away to return them and get credit for them. It's just I've always had my gameplay like good defense and good offense. But now it's going from playing defense was necessary to playing defense. I'm sorry, playing defense was optional, and now playing defense is necessary in this business. And so like, yeah, that's one thing to do also, just be returning tires like that. And not only that, slash don't take those risks anymore, because you're gonna have better chances of getting other tires and selling them instead of those, so getting quicker money, your money quicker back. You know, this is a good way of looking at it. Of instead buy something else that's gonna make you money than those taking risk tires. I'm gonna take a risk of buying these in hopes of in hopes of selling them. It ain't like that anymore. The tires are not like that anymore. It was like that for 13 years, ladies and gentlemen. It was an up market for 13 years. And now we are headed down. We already passed that peak. And now we're heading down. 2024 is already on the down. It's not gonna go down like quick, by the way. Most people won't even notice it, but I'm here to tell you, you know, Mr. Ali Mama, I'm here to tell you this, that it's going down already, and you can't do certain things that where you were doing on an upward market that you can do on a downward market. So there's certain things you cannot do, and yeah, I mean, let's say you buy the tires, the alternating tires, let them sit there for like 8 months, and then you sell them, you make money. Big wow, that took way too long to make money now. Like, you're gonna have to shorten up that time if it's intentional. Like, intentionally make it where you're gonna be selling tires like in like 4 months max. Like, that's gonna be like your goal now. Like, don't order nothing that you're not gonna be able to sell in 4 months is the goal. Like 4 months or less. And that goes, and also with the used. Playing defense on the used now. Let's talk about the used. Before, you could buy anything. Like me, I would just buy like truckloads of 500, and just like, you know, any size, just take it in. It don't matter. Just take it in. Stock, stack. And everything will sell, right? Those weird sizes. I'm talking about the weird sizes where they're like SUV 19s, SUV 18s, weird sizes. Even SUV 17s, like those 255 60s, 17s, 275 55 17. Like, it didn't matter. Anything was sell back then, right? 275 60 17s. Just get them and keep them, and they're gonna sell anyways, right? Money's good anyways. Money's coming in fast anyways. But now it's not like that. It's a different story now. Now it's like, you're gonna pick for tires that you're gonna be able to sell. Let's say a goal of 6 months, right? Like, if I buy this tire, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to sell it in 6 months. So now that's gonna be the new goal. Now it's gonna be where you're gonna have to intentionally choose them, number one, and number two, again with that same mentality, we're getting out pretty fast, but not tires that are gonna, it's gonna take me a freaking year to sell these. Man, I messed up. Not those anymore. You can't do that anymore, because every little mistake that's gonna cost you is gonna cost you money from now on. And guess what? Money ain't gonna be coming in like it has been in the last 13 years. And yes, it is a recession-proof business, but it doesn't mean it's gonna just keep doing what it done the last 13 years. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I already been through that. I already been through a down cycle. I already been through You know, the whole 07, 08, 09 times. And yeah, you can withstand that in the tire shop business. I always tell my friends, yeah, I love the tire shop business. It's a recession-proof business, but it doesn't mean recession-proof is going to be operating the exact same way as it was in the good times, in like the 2022s, 2021s, 2020s, right? It means that it's going to be operating and make money, but you got to change your style now. Now you're going to have to be playing from the offense to defense now. So you got to have a defensive mindset now when it comes to business. And you got to switch it right now because they already started. And so it's just a whole different game. Now you're going to be going from, I want to take risks on these tires, to I'm going to focus on selling what I have and not get more tires. It's a big difference because the difference is the outflow of money when it comes to the defense compared to, hey, money didn't come out because of this reason, you know? So congratulations who have been preparing for a long time for this day to come, which is paying off all your stuff, getting as much as equipment as you can, getting as much tires as you can, because I'm not saying it's gonna be a downhill from here. I'm just saying it ain't gonna be going up from here, and you know, if you're already at the top of the mountain, then your goal is to stay to stay on top of the mountain as long as possible, because eventually it's gonna be coming down. That's exactly what I mean. And for those who haven't been through those cycles, well, hopefully you study this video and make changes in your business, because it ain't all gravy when it comes to what's gonna happen, right? And again, it can be very slow. Some of you might notice it, and some of you might not. But it's gonna be very, very slow when it comes to these changes. So always have playing defense in mind. Spend as less possible if you can on certain things. Not on everything. No, not on everything. It's a whole different story. On, like, let's say I don't know, 20% or less, 15%, 10% of how you've been spending your money in the business, back in the business. Potentially try to save that. Potentially buy other things, other tires, other types of. I mean, defense is now is how you're gonna win the game. It's gonna go from, oh, I have extra money. I was thinking about investing in something else. Like, just example, I got limo, right? So buying a limo and make limo rides, no. Get that money and you're gonna have to, you know, think about how you can invest it back in the business now when it comes to, like, and yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I made this money profit legitly. I don't want to put it back in. Yeah, but it's gonna be your best bet by far. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your money, but the truth is that you're gonna need it later on. It might not be now. 2-3 years. It's gonna be like, man, I should have got that money and used it for tires instead. I should have bought the used ones instead. I should have not bought new ones. And that goes for this. If you have that money, I'm not talking about, okay, oh, I'm gonna owe zero, but I'm gonna owe zero and I'll take a chance on these tires that, like, don't really sell much. Like I don't know, 33, 12, 50, 18, on your business, right? 33, 12, 50, 20s or whatever. I'm talking about, if that's what you sell, then yeah, go for it, which is probably like one shop watching this video right now that sells those regularly. But for everybody else, it's gonna be, with that money, started buying those tires, even though it's paid off, you're gonna be buying maybe 225, 70, 19.5s. I saw these a lot. Maybe 205, 55, 16s. I don't know, whatever. Something that you need, like, or you know you're gonna need, right? Like, I don't know. Let's say you sell a lot of 195, 65, 15s. I guess everybody does, but like something like that. And I'm not like trying to instill fear in nobody, but I'm just telling you, you gotta be smarter now. It's if you haven't been in the game that long, then you know you're gonna wanna make changes now compared to like later on. So playing defense, not playing offense in this business right now is gonna go real far, and you'll be fine. If you play like this, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna be hurting for money. A lot of people will be. A lot of your friends and family are gonna be. Oh, I lost a job here, lost hours there. It's slow over here. Restaurant business always slow, and they can't really do much about it because they gotta like. Well, I mean, I guess you can. They change the items or stop selling certain items and stuff. But when it comes to like the bread and butter, for us, our bread and butter is gonna be like the tires are always gonna be needed. Just make sure you pick the right ones. Then for the restaurants, you're like, yeah, it's gonna be needed, but a lot less is gonna be signed. It's it's a different thing. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Mamba out.